Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast with your host, Aaron Weinbaum.
All right, everyone, welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Weinbaum. I'm sorry I'm a bit late this week. I think I got everything working. Hopefully we have some sportscasters popping in to say hi today. We're trying to get a category going on Haps TV. And for those of you that don't know what Haps TV is, it is basically it's a world-class broadcasting platform where you can multi-stream, and it's got its own community as well, eager to collaborate, and a simple way for viewers to support other viewers financially, which is pretty cool. You don't get a lot of that with the YouTube and whatnot. So I will be glad to answer more questions later. But first, let's pay the bills real quick. All right. Yes, I am talking about today's sponsor, Manscaped. Yeah, listen to that. We got fancy Manscaped music now. Flowers are blooming, the grass is growing, and it's time to chop the weeds. Thanks to our sponsor, Manscaped. You can trim your holes safely and efficiently. I'm talking about ball trimmers. I'm also talking about your above-the-waist holes. Have you heard of their Weed Whacker? Their nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. No more gross, no hairs flying around in the wind. I'm going to tell you something. When you get a little north of 50, nose hairs are real, y'all, and ear hair. I'm just saying. The premium Manscaped Weed Whacker uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual-blade system. Wow! Manscaped is making whacking your weeds a time to look forward to, delivering maximum confidence while providing hygiene. Speaking of incredible hygiene, Manscaped has formulations to keep you fresh and ready for everything that comes your way all day. The Crop Preserver is an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. And then we have the Crop Reviver. It's like a spritz for your balls in the middle of the day. You just spray it on, and it keeps you smelling fresh down there, just like spring flowers. Speaking of smelling fresh, complete your grooming game this spring with the new refined cologne signature scent by Manscaped. This stuff is legit. It'll have you smelling like royalty. So smell good, feel good this spring. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job. Get 20% off and free shipping with promo code MMAFP at manscaped.com. That is 20% off and free shipping with the promo code MMAFP at manscaped.com. It's spring cleaning, baby, and your balls will thank you. All right, so enough of that. Let's talk about fights. Let's talk about last week first, okay? Because, man, there's a lot to unpack here. And wherever you are, this is a totally interactive podcast, broadcast, whatever you want to call it. Feel free to say hello. And I'll actually be doing a lot of the other people's podcasts tomorrow. It's kind of cool. So, whoops, I accidentally locked comments. I did not mean to do that. So anyway, let's talk about last week here. That is UFC 261. A whole lot went down, starting, a little further down the card. But, oh man, some of this stuff is going to be a little hard to talk about. But let's talk about Randy Brown. A couple of these I got wrong against Alex Oliveira. I picked him to win. Alex Oliveira, that is, and he did not. Fell to like a one-arm choke right there. I believe it's the first round. Yeah. Yeah. First round. 10 seconds to go. Crazy. Now, underdog pick I had Anthony Smith beating Jimmy Crute. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't understand why he was an underdog in the first place. And I will cite what many people get mad about, but the strength of schedule. Okay. Anthony Smith has fought world champions. Anthony Smith has almost beaten world champs. He's beaten, I know he's beaten Rashad Evans. I'm pretty sure he beat Shogun Rua. Jimmy Crute really did not have that strong of a pedigree, and it was stopped by a leg injury. Kind of the same kind of thing that happened later on. This next fight, Uriah Hall, Chris Weidman, not even one strike thrown except that kick that went around the leg of Uriah Hall. And man, that was gruesome. Very, very hard to see. Exactly the same thing that happened with Anderson Silva on Chris Weidman's leg. So I don't know what the odds of that were happening. of that happening in reverse, but astronomical, just as disgusting. I mean, I can't unsee that video of that leg being wrapped around the other leg. If you have a stomach for it, look it up. I'm sure it's everywhere. But man, oof. Valentina Shevchenko, Jessica Andrade went about like I thought. I don't see who beats Valentina at this point. I was surprised, though. Rose Namajunas, Zhang Weili, Rose got her. I mean, Rose got her a minute 18 seconds into the first round, knocks her out. Crazy. I know Zhang protested, but it was a clear knockout. Rose, man. I don't know who she fights next, but interesting to see. Probably the winner of the Lauren Murphy, I can't remember now, Jennifer Maia fight, I believe. And then the main event, I did see Kamaru winning. I didn't see what Masvidal had to offer him, and I was right. I didn't think it'd be a KO in round 2 in only 6 minutes of fighting time, but amazing. Kamaru is for real. So there you go. All right. I guess there's no sportscasters tuning in, so we're trying to make sports a thing here at Haps. So, want to say hi? Now's the time. You want to talk MMA? Now's the time. You want to ask me about Haps? Now's the time. I can briefly run through that. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and pick some fights. Ooh, I see I got a Facebook likey. That's very nice. Oh, hi, Jackie girl. Thank you for watching. All right, so, whoops, I don't know what's going on here. My comments keep disappearing, and then okay, there we go. This has got to be error here. Jim in Chicagoland. I will be on with Jim in Chicagoland at 10 p.m. Eastern, so, Jim, I'm on now if you're listening, so I hope I wasn't supposed to send him a message, but I'm going to real quick. Whoops. Let's mute that real quick. And then I'm going to get to these, fights. So I knew who he was earlier. He sent me a message, and he's another, burgeoning sportscaster. So I'll try to invite him, actually. So Jim in Chicagoland. Jason. See, I got confused at who he was earlier because, Chicagoland. Yeah, there he is. I'm going to invite him in to say hi. And then, we're going to go ahead and pick some fights. I'm going to pick some fights. I think he's more the, other sports here and, whatnot. Okay. I'm going to test here. Oh, it's me. Whoops. Okay. Facebook is working. Perfect. All right. So let me see if I have anyone waiting. All right. So far, no. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick the first fight of the night down at the bottom of the card. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to look for odds. Amazing. So I'm going to do that as well. So that is a fail on my part. I forget. People don't think I'm legit unless I mention the odds. And let me tell you something. So I don't go strictly by the odds. A lot of times I pick against the odds. And that's where you either win big or you get into some trouble. So I wish I would have bet on Anthony Smith last week. That is where the odds really kind of would have won you some money, I believe. So, whoops, messed that up. Okay, one more little deal here, and then we are ready to pick. So my bad for not being ready to go. This is what happens when you go live, by the way. So many different ways to go year 8. What I picked Yuri. Oh, dang it. Yeah. All right. Something just went off on my. All right. Dominic Reyes. I think we're good to go. So, my bad. I know how mad you guys get, though, when I don't do the odds. So, my bad. Okay. So, Jim not responding, but I will. It's all right. All right. First fight of the night with odds. Would dare not have odds. Merab Davashvili against Cody Stamann. So let's take a look at Merab first, man. And what a beast this guy is. So he hasn't lost since that Ricky Simone fight. Back in April 2018, it was that guillotine choke, but there was a bit of a controversy there because we didn't think that choke was sunk in. At least his team did not. And then on its hair, Terrion Ware, Brad Katona, Casey Kinney, Gustavo Lopez, and more recently, I guess it's been since August. I didn't realize it's been that long ago. John Dotson really sent him packing from the UFC. The pace this guy puts on, Merab Davashvili, is insane, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do against Cody Stamann, who just lost to Jimmy Rivera. That was a pretty good fight, if I recall. And then, but then before that, he just got wins over Brian Kelleher, Alejandro Perez. We did lose to Aljamain Sterling. They call it the Funk Streusel. And I think there were two very, it's the something stretch. I can't remember what it's called. And Zabit pulled it off, I think, the same night. But, so Aljamain was trying to coin it Funk Streusel. Did not bonus. I do remember that. Let's see what the odds have to say. So Merab, it's a minus 240 favorite. And you got Stamann cashing at the plus 185 underdog. I think the odds probably have it right. I think that Merab just mauls him all night long. Next up, Sean Strickland against Christophe Jacot. So I don't know why you think he was Russian, but he is not. He is Polish. Let's take a look at Sean Strickland first. Just beat Brendan Allen, who fought last week. Knocked him out round 2. So when was that? Oh, November. So it was a while ago. Yeah. Huh. Jack also has wins over Jack Marshman, Nordine Taleb, Elijah Zaleski. So, he was an up and comer. He lost to him, and then, of course, has a win against Court McGee. And, he went all the way with the champion, Kamaru Usman, back in 2017. Of course, it was a unanimous decision loss, mind you. Now, let's see. Jacko just beat Eric Anders May of last year, so he hasn't fought in quite some time. Wins over Marc-Andre Barriot, Alan Amadowski, and then he had a 3-fight losing skid, 2018, Brad Tavares, Uriah Hall, David Branch. So, interesting. Let's see what the odds have to say. I have not looked at this one. Whoops. The odds say... Wow, Strickland's a huge favorite here. I'm not sure I understand why. Minus 250 favorite, where you got Jacko at a plus 200 underdog. I'm not as confident as I am, or was rather, with Anthony Smith. But, yeah, I don't know. That Brendan Allen one's kind of a big deal. I mean, I guess Jacko did beat Eric Anders. Does Eric Anders not carry that much weight? I mean, he has lost the top guys. Don't get me wrong, but, Tails Lady's no joke. Eric Anders is no joke. I mean, but again, Brendan Allen's no joke on the Sean Strickland end. Yeah. I don't know, man. And this is at middleweight. So, interesting. Yeah, he's moving up to middleweight. It's not his first fight, though, at middleweight. I take that back. No, it is. Hang on. This makes a big difference here. Oh, and he missed weight terribly. I don't know. I'm going with the upset Jocko here. I'm not going to keep going back and forth on this all night long. Next up, Iwan Kutabella against Dustin Jacoby. Let's take a look at Justin here. Man, he hasn't lost since Glory 34 back in 2016. But not a real who's who of guys I've ever seen here. He's a Contender Series guy. Beat Ty Flores on the show. Comes into the UFC, beats Justin Ledet and Maxim Grishin. Let's take a look at Iwan here. Of course, I did not mention this fight is taking place at light heavyweight. Yeah, he just lost to Managbev Anakalov. I think that's who. This was October. This is the guy B. Weidman fought. Lost to him twice in a row. I don't remember. I do remember. No, this is not the guy Weidman fought. I forgot. Okay. Yeah, it was the big controversial stoppage back in February of last year. So they came back and rematched after being canceled a million times due to COVID back in October. And then, same result, except for it wasn't really contested. Before that, Scott wins over Khalil Roundtree, a loss to Glover. Everyone loses to Glover. Interesting. Huh. All right. Well, interesting. I wonder what the odds have to say here, because I don't have a real strong opinion here. What'd I do? Okay, I lost the odds. How do you lose the odds? I don't know. So the odds say, Iwan is a slight favorite. Jacoby is a plus 110 near even. So minus 130 for Iwan. Huh. Yeah. I probably go with that. I'd probably go with Iwan here because, he's certainly got more octagon experience. Oh, man. Featherweight's going at it here. Cub Swanson, Giga Chikadze. Let's take a look at Cubber. Just came back with a right. Wait, no. What? Is this one of the ones I got messed up here? Did he just win his last fight? Daniel Pineda, yeah. Oh, okay. So okay. I'm looking at a grappling thing where Jake Shields took his leg off, I believe. So, okay. Daniel Pineda, Karan Gracie, he really schooled Karan in that fight. A fight everyone, I think, picked him to lose. Daniel Pineda, I don't remember who I picked to win that one, but I wasn't expecting a lot out of Cub. He had a skid, man. Dating back from December 2017 all the way, didn't win a fight again until 2019. So, but his 4 losses were tough guys, Shane Burgos, Moicano, Renato Moicano, Frankie Edgar, Brian Ortega. So, listen, man, Cub's been around a long time, so it's hard to ever count him out. Chikadze hasn't lost in a long time, since 2018. But, I'm going to do the strength of schedule thing. I don't know who he's really beaten that I'm super impressed about. Jamie Simmons, Omar Morales, I don't know. Let's see what the odds have to say. I am surprised. Cub is a slight underdog at plus 160, but then minus 200 for Chikadze as a favorite? Ah, man. I'm not saying put money on Cub. I like Cub in this one. I like his experience. I like he has had way harder fights, and he seemed hungrier these last few fights. So, 37 years old. I don't know what that means. Going up a guy who's 32. Going Cubber. Won the underdog upset, if you will. All right, next up. The main event of the evening. Dominic Reyes versus Yuri Prochazka. I can say his name wrong. I practiced before. Yuri Prochazka. How about that? All right. Let's take a look first at Dominic. I had him to win the Jan Blachowicz fight because I thought he beat John Jones. But no. Round 2, Jan starches him to become the light heavyweight champion. Before I thought he won against John Jones. But look at these wins. So Chris Weidman tried to come up to middleweight. That didn't work out. Beats Volkan Oezdemir, Ovince St. Preux, Jared Cannonier. So he hadn't lost up until that John Jones fight. Now let's take a look at Yuri. A real up-and-comer here. Just beat Oezdemir in a fight I don't know that he was doing so great at. I thought Oezdemir might have gassed a little bit if I remember correctly. He has wins over CB Dalloway, Fabio Maldonado. These are not UFC caliber guys anymore. Fabio's been gone for a while. CB's been gone for a while. Has a win over Muhammad Lawal, who really very easily could have been a middleweight and also is, has some lingering injuries of his own. Then we have, wins over Brandon Housley, Jake Yoon. Okay. I want to know what the odds have to say because no way. Yuri is the favorite, minus 150. Dominic, near even at plus 120. I'd like to see where this fight goes as we get closer to where the odds goes. We get closer to fight time, but I don't think the odds have this one right. I think Dominic Reyes, the Dominator. I think everyone wants to be the next Cosmet, and everyone wants to call that in the air, but no, Dominic Reyes for the win. Okay, that's it. Thank you to everyone that watched. And until next time, shalom.
Please remember to support the podcast by visiting the affiliate links on AaronSaysWhat.com.